All right, so this was in the game like yesterday, November 2nd. Yeah, yesterday. And I was confused. I just hopped on Twitter and I saw my friend Mitana posted it. And I was like, wait, what the fuck? Hello? Like, why is this in game? I got really confused as to why the Witch Queen was shown in game for a birthday when she isn't in the game yet, right? Now that is something that they kind of followed up on for the birthday for the witch queen. They say king, but that's the rough translation. So it's just saying that the witch queen is a character scheduled to appear in the future Witch Forest chapter arc, and the related chapter has not been released yet, but it will be released soon to mages. And later it says, what is it? So please look forward to the Witch Forest chapter and the new mage Witch Queen that will be released later. So they don't specify when. But it being in game is very interesting. It's the exact art that we see in the leaks, right? So I'll just go more into that in a little bit. But it's very interesting that they actually put her in now. I mean, it's kind of just funny. Probably, like, my guess, it's because she's coming out well, like in 2 weeks. So it would be the 15th, I believe, that she would come out if we're checking it out. The banner ends. Let's see. The banner ends in 11 days, 11, 12 days. So basically, yeah, the 15th is when the next set of banners are coming out. So I'm guessing it's when we're getting Witch Queen, but there's just a little thing. So the next chapter is not actually exactly the Witched Forest. So it is in fact the like mini arc to cure Asta's arm, right? And you could see in here, chapter 8 is talking about that. And then even if you go to here, I think it's this one, this is talking about Fonzel, right? So it's all talking about Fonzel. And I mean, that is who we're going to be seeing. So I'm just a bit confused. I feel like that was a little thing, a point of contention, is that we should be getting Fauna and Witch Queen, but it's weird if we would, right? So that is a little thing, and I have like another thing that I am currently guessing. So let's go into Discord. So right now they did also leak. The problem is I was like sure we were gonna get Fonzel and Co, but then it's like oh shit, they have their SSRs, which has not always been 100% confirmation. Because if we check up, right, there's just a little thing. These guys had their SRs and they did not come out when they easily could have. And they did have skins, which means they can be a character if they made skins for them, but they didn't. Now, these guys do have their skins too, skill pages, and like shards. So we could get, this is her, I'm pretty sure this is her boyfriend, and then this is like the guy who helps Asta with his sword skills. This is the like fake Sakurai, and then this is the healer who tries to help Asta out. So these are the four of the people that we're going to be seeing mainly in the next story arc, which should be coming, I'm guessing, on the 15th also, because this is like the next, they always update like 2 weeks apart, and this is already like confirmed, right? So chapter 8 is going to be coming 100%. So I'm just wondering if we're gonna get these guys or not. But I feel like Witch Queen showing up in the thing should be like tell enough that we're gonna be getting these guys also like guaranteed. And also it's the fact that we have the pickups for these two, and it's like they kind of changed a bit how we found out about banners. But these things alongside this kind of tells me that it will be Fauna and Witch Queen. And I just want to say this is the cutest thing in the game. I just love this so much. Like, I don't know. It's just really nice. So yeah, I'm guessing Witch Queen should be guaranteed next. It's just a bit odd because we're not seeing Witch Queen next chapter. But they kind of did confirm that we would see Witch Queen in the future in that thing. Now, another thing I could see being possible is this. So, they mentioned the temporary termination of content for renewal of Gate of Destiny, or Gateway of Reunion, whatever you want to call it. So one of my theories for this is that we're actually going to get no new seasonals in season 7. And instead it's going to be either Fauna and Witch Queen or the Fonzel Co coming out at the beginning of the season. Or they just skip right over Fonzel, but I feel like they might not do seasonals at the beginning of season 7 because it says we'll be able to pick past seasons from Gateway of Destiny. So I was guessing maybe they won't put seasonals and instead they're just going to focus on all the content that they've got from Witch Forest. But we're going to have to see. That's just fully speculation. At the moment, it's all speculation because they haven't really told us if it is Witch Queen, but I feel like it already being in game kind of confirms it. So I just want to like quickly look at their kits, right? Because I've talked about it previously, but I'll just very shortly talk about it with the context of how good Charlotte and Magna were, and how these units kind of affect both Charlotte and Magna in the long run. So let's kind of talk about that. But yeah, no, I think Witch Queen and Fauna should be next. I don't really see these guys coming out also for the reason that we don't have their kits, which is a very important thing. Like every time there's units and we don't have their kits, usually they don't come out. But I feel like it's, come on, why do you put these four in the leaks right now? But they also did put Witch Queen and Fauna. So we'll have to see. Maybe we're going to get all of them. Maybe we're going to get Fonzel and Co. Start of season 7. Maybe not, right? So we'll have to see. Maybe we're going to get Fauna and Witch Queen start of season 7, even if we already have the banner arts, right? Banner graphics. So let's talk about them. Fauna is the main one I want to talk about. So I'll just briefly mention like what she does. So she has like hatred stacks, which stack on her skill 2 and skill 1. And I'm going to guess it's more than one stack, but up to 5 stacks you could stack it. And depending on how many, it's going to perform an extra attack that deals extra increased damage based on the number of hatred stacks, right? Now, what makes her very good, personally, I would say very good, is the fact that she hits AoE burn guaranteed. Now, you might be wondering why this is really good, but right now we've got 2 very good burn units, and one of them, if there is burns applied on the enemy, gets guaranteed stuns at 2 dupes, being Magna. And just having another AoE guaranteed burn is nice, because so far we have Charmy, who applies 2 burns randomly when her turn starts when she has dupes in her, and then when she also has dupes in her, she applies 2 burns on everyone when Pumpkin is taken off. But the Pumpkin effect usually you want to keep on as long as you can. So it's very hard to get AoE burns on everyone, but Fauna being able to do this might be very interesting in the long run. And then her ult is also very good, because depending on the for each hatred buff, you do an extra attack that does extra damage. So she performs 2 extra attacks on her ult, one just outright and then one from the hatred. And yeah, so she's gonna remove barriers on a random ally, which can be bad, but in a burn team you should be chilling. But this is an AoE, so like she has 2 AoEs, which is gonna be very good to pair alongside the others who are single target, I'd say, for sure. Now what's very interesting is that she's gonna be as good with the burn team as Charlotte, if not better for Charlotte season 6. Why? Is because she is going to be green. So it says sense attribute, which is green, and she's also going to be doing something really insanely good in that everyone gets 1 turn stun block, or basically status and 1 immunity. So any type of stun, right, freeze, all that stuff for 1 turn if everyone's green. And Charlotte on a full green team gives everyone like a 100k barrier almost. So you're going to want her with a really good green DPS, and right now the best one is Langris, and even at that you want someone better. So having Fauna doing AoE here and then AoE burn here plus just single target here is going to be really good, right? So I'd say that Fauna is going to be the one that most people want to summon for in general, also because she's kind of cool, right? Like, look at this, right? But I'm gonna guess Fauna is gonna be the one that you're gonna want to summon on more if you pick Charlotte, which I recommend most people to pick Charlotte. But yeah, anyway, I'll explain the cases in another video as for if you pick Charlotte or Magna. But yeah, now her dupe passive is gonna give her an immortality buff, and what else? At this point is gonna give her reduced damage if she's inflicted with any type of taunt. I think the immortality is pretty good, but nothing crazy. Now her partner skill combo is going to be inflicting taunt, and then her grimoire skill on skill 2 is going to be chance to inflict taunt, which is really good because of the fact that her skill 2 is an AoE. So having a chance, if it's like 50%, could be really good. And then again, if you're afflicted with taunt or enhanced taunt, you have a chance to deal extra damage, which is pretty good overall. Pretty good. Her kit is very nice, and this ult is going to do insane damage. You've got the AoE, which if it's just a base multiplier is already 120% is already pretty good. But then you got an extra attack plus another extra attack. So yeah, you're probably going to be doing almost single target damage if you have the hatred stacks fully maxed on everyone. So yeah, no, Fauna is going to be really good. Then Witch Queen is kind of like a DLT unit. She inflicts bleed here, inflicts AoE 3 AoE stacks of bleed, poison, bleed, and burn. Poison's 5% HP, bleeds 5% HP, burn is her magic attack and attack altogether. So that's 10% HP like every turn for 2 turns. And then this also inflicts bleed and inflicts lifesteal to all enemies, which is going to basically let DPSs heal a lot. And then she does stuff for defenders where power is going to make it so that they're going to get Crimson Blood, which is usually when they fall. It should be under 30% again. They get an immortality buff. And then she's going to give extra HP to the person with the highest defense, which is obviously going to be a tank. And then she's going to give HP recovery to all allies for each instance of DLT on the enemy. So maybe up to like 30% of max HP. So you could build her as a healer. You could build her for that 1 stack of burn. There's different interesting ways that you could do it, but afterwards she's gonna get on her skill 2, just reduce HP recovery received. And then if the enemy's taking bleed, you get increased defense for all allies. So she's gonna be a support debuffer, mainly a debuffer, I'm gonna guess. We'll have to see, but I could see the Switch Queen being pretty good. But I mean, am I tripping? Because they, not really, actually. This Witch Queen is not that much of a must summon. The more I'm looking at her, it's like she's interesting but not good. The Crimson Blood is only for defenders, only for tanks at the moment. So I really hope they change her kit, which they probably can. But Fauna's, I really hope they don't touch. It's perfect as it is. But Witch Queens could definitely use some pointers. So yeah, Witch Queen is probably going to be one of the worst ones. But if we're really looking at it, usually they build in the future off of the colors, right? Except for like Charlotte, who is at the end. Season 4 Charlotte was at the end of the blue meta reign. Now we're kind of in a like red burn reign, if anything, for attacking at least. On defense, I could say it's like very soon going to be Season 6 Charlotte with Fauna, if anything. Now, what this is kind of telling me that the next... what this is telling me is that the next big DPS after like Fauna is probably going to be a red attacker or the next big red tank. So Black Asta might be either a red attacker or tank is how I'm seeing it right now, how this is looking in my eyes. Because of the fact that Witch Queen and Asta kind of had that like thing where she like controlled Black Asta. So we'll have to see how that's looking. But yeah, I kind of just wanted to talk about these units a bit, because why not? I mean, we're getting Witch Queen and Fauna soon, which is pretty hype enough.